This is SafeWord,
What
a
up?
platform for teaching, learning, and opening the eyes of our audience to the world of kink and BDSM. I am your host, Remy DeBow.
And I am your second host, Aurora Storm.
I am your co-host, Kane Marcos.
And Miss Sasha Lynch is missing tonight, but she will be back with us. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. No, okay. We're not on that part yet. We really hope that you enjoyed part 2. I hope that you guys went and watched part 2 of the Asylum. Part 1 and part 2 were both released. And that's kind of like our full-length feature. And tonight we're going to be kind of breaking down that video and explaining kind of the myths that like kind of rely or that run around BDSM community. Run around. So
the link for that film that we just produced is going to be in the description below.
Well,
so give it a look.
Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe for more BDSM and kink, sex topics, all that. Your news right here. Sexual education content show here, SafeWord. All right, so this is SafeWord. And if you watch our show, we have a safe word of the day. We use this safe word to stop, halt, and completely put a pause on all topic of conversation. So it's up on the board today, and I had to get creative. So team, we'd like to let everybody know what the safe word is of the day is. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Paw paw.
Paw paw. Okay, now why is it paw paw? Does somebody want to explain that? That's very random.
I will.
No.
Okay, yes, story time, Kay.
It's for Remy and his background. Every now and again, like when he gets at a certain angle, it takes like his hairline out and he just looks like a grumpy old man on there. So he looks like paw paw.
He's paw paw. So that's our safe word of the day. So
whatever.
That's why he's in a beanie tonight.
We have some audio issues here at Zoom, with using Zoom. So we have a hand signal that we like to put up in case you're saying your safe word and no one's stopping, because the safe word is supposed to stop all conversation. So if no one's stopping, you're saying the safe word, we have a symbol we throw up. Can we show them what that is? Yes.
All right.
So throw up that symbol. Everybody should stop, slow down, stop talking, shush, quiet in the classroom. And make sure you say the safe word of the day so that everybody knows what it is. Paw paw.
Paw paw.
Mr. Kane, do we have hot topics tonight?
Boy, do I.
Ooh.
Some of these were actually pretty funny, so I was anxious to get to them.
Nice.
But first things first, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we are 5 days away. That's right, 5 days away from the premiere of Godzilla vs. Kong. So by next week, I won't have anything else to pass to you guys. So, I mean, it's my last opportunity to put that out there. If you guys aren't thinking of checking it out, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because I took the day off to check that out. So
yeah,
that's all on you guys.
Be taking the day off for Godzilla.
Do not disturb. Do not bother me. Do not expect reply. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Was that your hot topics? Because I had nothing to do with Kink. Unless Godzilla is getting strippy teasy with Kong.
Kong about to get fucked. That's why. Kong about to get his ass whooped. He's gonna be like, that's a dom sub relationship in the making.
Yeah, for real.
So couple of things. I don't know if anybody's paid attention to like local news in Denmark, right? Who doesn't? But they recently had an issue where the Domino's in that country decided to put out an ad, and the smartass who was designing the pizza for the ad commercial made the pepperoni in the shape of a penis.
Nice.
And it went through, and it was on the commercial, and they're running the ad.
Wow.
So I've been trying to find it. I've been trying to look for it. All I can find are stills, but I really want to find the ad itself, because I think that's hilarious.
Find the ad. We'll have to share it.
It's Domino's.
Join our Patreon.
Yeah. Domino's in like Denmark.
If we find it.
But and the funny thing about the funniest part of it is that they've actually seen a 55% uptick in pizza sales since the creation of the ad. And since, people notice this and it's gone viral, it hasn't turned anybody off from pizza. Everybody's wanting more pizza. They're like, oh, there's pepperoni in the shape of a dick. I think I want pizza.
Right.
So,
I'd order that.
Moving on.
To go, please.
So a little bit of just badassery news, and within Kink and BDSM, everybody thinks we're all badasses anyway. So let's just pass some, badass stuff that's going on. Because this is definitely takes the cake. Like top 5 most badass things. Maine might be the first state to legalize Viking funerals.
Yes. Yes.
So,
yes.
If that's your last will and testament, if that's how you want to be laid to rest, you're gonna have to get Viking funeraled in Maine.
Yes. I know
So,
I'm going to.
I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that they were outlawed. I didn't know that wasn't. I mean, I guess I could kind of see how the government doesn't exactly want you burning your loved ones in your backyard. Having your own funeral pyre.
We had to get a special permit. We did that for my grandfather. That's how we sent him off. He was a Viking. And so in Alaska, like we had to get a special permit to take the sailboat out and then give him his proper burial. But they allowed us to do it because it's Alaska.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I found the Domino's penis pizza.
Did you find the whole ad?
You found the whole ad?
No, I found a picture of the pizzas.
No.
Yeah, I've been trying
to look for the whole ad.
Oh, yeah. So the pizzas, all right, so it's actually a whole bunch of penises. It's 2 at the top. It's 2. Damn it.
I was like, what's he doing? He's all like.
So it's 2 at the top, right? And then it's 2 at the bottom that's like this. So it makes it look like it makes it look like a penis, and they got it all the way around the pizza itself.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
just a L'Oreal of dicks around a pepperoni pizza. That's
yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right. And the last thing that I had, it's actually I was laughing my ass off. I couldn't even get through the whole article. So if I'm missing some details, if you know these individuals, just drop us a comment, and we'll definitely be talking about this for a while to come. But so everybody's kind of getting bored during quarantine. Right. Everybody's looking to spice up their sex life. Tinder's seen a uptick in percentage and everything else like that. Couples are trying to find new ways to experiment. So this guy, they decided to do some role playing.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the house as a handyman.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wasn't very fucking handy.
Right.
Okay.
So he was taking the doorknob off of a door. And with the hole that was created, they decided to use it as a glory hole. So the hole wasn't big enough.
Are you serious?
You saw the hole wasn't big enough. I was still trying to let all this.
He kind of went in soft, and the result was a little bit more than the frame of the door could bear.
Okay. Can I say something here?
Please do.
First off, when they cut the wood, it has like little frays on it.
Right. So what are you doing? Did you sand down that hole?
For real, I hope he did. I hope he really did sand that joint down.
Mouth sander to it, or one of them circular.
Some prep work. You know what I mean?
Buff it out.
But prep work. But then prep work, he wouldn't have got stuck up in there. That's
right. You would have cut it bigger.
Yeah. I know how
in my opinion, it gets a lot better.
Oh, okay. More.
Oh, we're not done?
No.
My bad.
Oh, snap. Okay, go ahead. I thought that was it.
Yes.
So the wife couldn't get him out of it. So what did they do?
She should have finished him off. It would have went soft again.
Oh no, it's nah. And so this is the thing and now the blood is trapped there.
Right.
He's got a tourniquet on it.
Like the rings you can buy at the store.
So there is no it's gonna go away. It's just the swelling's
gonna
continue to
boy.
This is stuck.
No. Man, piece gone. Break the door.
So
break the damn door.
So as a guy, what do you do?
Yeah.
Break the damn door.
Break the damn door. You think this was happening to you right now? You okay?
This guy. This is where it gets
better.
This is where it gets better. I promise you.
All right.
They called emergency services. They called an ambulance. So, I mean, Remy gets it already. As a dude, the last thing you want to do in this situation is invite strangers to come fucking help you out.
Yeah. You don't have to be a dude to understand that.
Nah.
Oh no, there's some pride, there's a level of pride involved where
hey, there ain't no shame in my game. Come get me out this month.
Right, for real.
No.
My fish is trapped. Get me out. There would be no shame. I'd be like, fix it.
No.
Yeah.
Fix it. Make it better.
Nah.
No.
Give me
ain't
back
no
my
shame about mine.
toy.
Be like, hey, can we tie a rope to the ceiling right here?
Right.
I'm good.
Nope,
I'm
look
out.
at it. Look at it. It's good. It's cool. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Get me out this motherfucker. Get me out.
Could you like? I just
Oh,
want to
God.
hear stories from EMTs where like, because they have to deal with stuff like that on the regular.
Yep, for real.
So
That'd be good.
That would be good. We need to get them EMT.
Yo, I think I might have to become an EMT just so I can
right, just so that we can bring them on.
so I can get one of those calls.
Roy was saying, how do you know the difference between talking to Remy and saying the safe word? And then he said, well, Aurora would be the top #1 badass when we were talking about Viking send-offs. And
Roy, I'm about to send you off in the Viking style.
That was just mean. We love you, Roy. Don't be messing with
I'm messing with
now.
Roy the homie, he alright.
Yeah, Roy.
like honestly, the only aspect of this that's appealing is I just want to see Remy shoot a bow and arrow. I just want to see if he can judge that trajectory right.
I'm nice with it. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you,
Don't be surprised now.
You got to hit it with like the first 3, right?
I'm telling you, I'm a survivalist. I practiced this. I have practiced.
So, ladies and gentlemen, join our Patreon. It will be on Patreon.
Yeah, I want to see that.
All right.
That'll be good.
Be the face off. That's how we start the red and blue. It's just the face off.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they involved the police, the ambulance. They came. They were able to cut him out of the door, and then they had to take him to the emergency room to get the rest of the door off of the member. It involved some saws.
They didn't free him. They sent him with wood around it.
Well,
oh,
yeah.
Damn. That's just lame. Like, ain't nobody got no skills there.
Nope, I'm turning into Rocky real quick. I'm like, cut me, Mick. Bleed it out. Yeah. We'll get it back through. I ain't calling shit. Put that phone down.
I'll take a little cut if you go a little too deep.
Well, don't cut the bottom side.
Yeah, I'll take a little.
Papa.
Yeah.
Talking about messing yourself up for real.
Beep and beep, real, beep, quick.
I'm taking it personal.
But yeah, that's all I have for kink topics, hot topics.
I'm just saying, what if he was like uncircumcised or something, and that joint is like, every time he tried to slide that joint out, it just slid with him. You know what I mean?
Oh God, no. Like peeling back a sock. No, that's horrid. Oh God, can you imagine? Okay, all right. I'll call myself with that one. Okay.
It's a thought, though, right? You didn't think about that,
right? Like it was one of those things.
I didn't want to.
Rabbit hole real quick.
Like now the question is, was the testicles like past?
Okay, Papa.
No. Just
the shaft.
Just the shaft.
Just the shaft.
But so from what I can tell, though, it wasn't a normal door. Wasn't a normal doorknob hole. It was like a closet, like one of those sliding doors.
Yeah, the one with the little small hole and the 2 little holes on the side.
Yeah, something like that.
I
mean, dude wasn't thicker than a Arizona iced tea can, because that's a Coke can will fit through that door hole.
Nah, not even a Coke can to fit through there.
So
a permanent marker.
No, I'm talking about like a regular door. Like, so if I'm telling you he's stuck in a door, you're just like, damn, that's a girthy mother.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't the regular door fixture.
All right, we ready to move into what our show is about tonight, boys? You done with your hot topics, Kane?
Yes.
Let's continue talking about this.
We done talking about your favorite play toy.
All right.
Okay. All right. So with these videos that we released, we looked a little deeper into not only like handcuffs and tie downs, but also incorporated a bit of stigma that's associated with the BDSM community, especially regarding mental health. So tonight we're going to be talking about these aspects. Yeah.
Hey, I definitely, this was a great video.
Did you like it?
Shout out to Aurora for all of the editing and
for real.
Production for this. Like, this was so creative on a whole new level. Like, I think we just upped the ante on ourselves.
Right, for real. That's like, now I gotta come out.
What have you done? You know what I mean?
I know, right? Now I gotta be, we're gonna be running around, and eventually we're gonna be all in the same area.
We don't have like full-on soap operas and Golden Girl moments.
Saturday Night Live skits. I'm saying
it's gonna be something. It's definitely gonna be something. Yes.
All right. So, see, Remy liked the video, and he's in it. So, like, if he's in it and he still likes it, y'all need to go watch it. So there's stereotypes that are within kink, and if you guys were paying close enough attention to the video, there was a lot of those stereotypes that were outlined throughout the video. So tonight we're going to kind of break them apart and break them down. So like on my part, if you watched the part where I did the casting, and I was obviously being possessed. So it used to be, or still kind of is, a stereotype that people that are into kink and BDSM are mostly devil worshipers, into witchcraft, or otherwise some type of heathen. So I created that spell scene scenario to kind of showcase that piece of it. And it's, it's one of those things that's a myth that everybody kind of latches onto because that's what they see, that's what they hear. What do you guys think?
That's just kind of like how it's portrayed in like movies, on television, everything. Like if you ever, it's just recently, like some certain shows have come out where it's actually portraying BDSM for some actual aspects of it, as opposed to just like, what always comes to mind is the movie Dodgeball. So do you remember there's a scene in Dodgeball where they get the wrong uniforms?
Oh, yeah.
And so they're coming out and they're like in chains, leather.
Garter. They're all in the BDSM gear. The BDSM gear. Yeah, that was great. I was
do you see? But like that's always how BDSM is portrayed. It's like the ass end of every joke. It's like, oh shit, like they got some leather gear. I can tell you right now, I would be a little bit more comfortable wearing, maybe something like that as opposed to the uniform that they were supposed to get, and I would have been the odd man out for that. So, and that's how they always try to make it seem. Is like it's strange, it's weird, it's like you're strange and weird if that's something that you're into, and that's what keeps a lot of people from exploring their kinks a little bit further, and then finding different ways and less healthy ways of experimenting that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's
and just as a side note, like you don't have to dress like that.
No.
Like, if you're into that, cool. You know what I mean? Just like you don't have to dress like a furry if you're not into that. Whatever you're into is what you're into, and that's the beautiful nature of this.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, that's what it is. It's an open, free-spirited,
open book.
Yeah, there's like something I was explaining to a friend the other day, that there's really no set of guidelines and rules. There are things that people put in place to go, okay, you should do this, that, the other, but really when you're stepping into this community, everything's experimentation. Does it work? Does it not? How do we change it? How do I play with this specific person? And every scene is different. Every person is different. So there can't be one way to run it. So
and what works for one person may not work for another person.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And it's actually a proven statistic that people who practice and play in BDSM and in S&M and play scenes and fetishes, fantasies, role playing, if you're doing anything of the sort in kink, it actually ends up helping you mentally. So yeah.
Actually, in the medical journal, they did. I was just looking up a little bit earlier. It was 920 BDSM practitioners and 420 controlled, a control group that didn't practice BDSM, which I think everybody does. But don't know it.
Mhm.
So they did like all of these different tests and stuff like that, like surveys and questionnaires, sensitivity surveys, rejection surveys,
Right.
like to see how people gauge with, and BDSM practitioners did best, the least neurotic, the better open to rejection a lot, without it hurting their feelings or anything like that.
Right.
Things of that nature. And it came out really well. And this is a medical journal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, and they've been running studies on them for the last couple of years. I was reading one of them a couple of weeks back that was talking about that people that even have mental disabilities or disorders, when they start to practice kink in certain areas of kink, can almost, kind of reverse their disorder. It's a way to release. So, yeah.
And everybody kind of gets the wrong idea about like what mental benefits there are to kink and BDSM. So I'm of the mindset that everybody, what everybody thinks is that BDSM is cathartic. It's a chance to relieve the stress by expressing that stress, by taking something out on somebody else or letting out those emotions. And so I've done some research. I've always really looked into this because it was something that interested me. But there was a study that was done that proved catharticism doesn't work. Taking your aggression out on something doesn't exactly work. It's one of those temporary reliefs. You kind of get that, you express those feelings, you express that anger, you take it out on something, and it's fine in that moment, but it doesn't relieve the actual problem. So it just releases that emotion, and then it continues to build up until you need another release. Right. So with BDSM, it's not waiting for that next release of, the next time you get to flog your sub or the next time you yourself get to get flogged. There's different mental aspects at play aside from, getting that aggression out and feeling better after, just inflicting pain or being degrading or anything like that.
Yeah, it's all about getting to the core, I guess, essence of who you are as a person. That's where you can let all of your flaws out. It empowers you. It'll whatever it is that you're into and want to do, you can do.
Yeah.
Openly.
Yeah.
And not feel ashamed about that. For real, especially in our community.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty open community. And I mean, for the most part, people are there and they want to help. But there's a whole nother avenue to this community as well, which is why I kind of started this show, so that, people that have been in the community for a long time and kind of have their stigmas of not really wanting to show anybody the ropes or, let them in on their club type thing. That all needs to be dropped, because I mean, we're asking for acceptance. So how the heck are we going to disclude within our own community?
That's true in some aspects, but there also I think it's more like a selective process in a way. But you can't really select something that's really open to anybody. Like, no matter how much people, oh no, this is exclusive, but really it's not. If you decide to practice it yourself, you're in the community.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
So it's
you're just
something that you have to go and reach out to a community for either.
Yeah, I mean, like you're in a bad spot if nobody's willing to show you the ropes, because every dom that I know is always eager and excited to teach, is always eager and excited to train. If somebody's interested, they might not, have an opportunity to do so, immediately, but they're always, ready and willing to teach somebody who's willing to learn this aspect of kink.
Oh yeah, and I mean, they're definitely, and that's what I said, for the most part, people are nice and they want to help, but there is a selective side of this that doesn't look like that at all. And if you're just starting into this and you run into those people first, you're going to be closed off. You're not going to want to explore.
And they hate us. They fucking hate us.
and I'm only speaking from experience because I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've been discriminated against. I've been not, let into the Dom party, so it's a real life thing that does happen. And people need to realize that this is a community for exploration. This is a community for people new coming into it to be able to feel welcomed and free, because that's what you're asking from other people,
Right. But you're also but I think the thing about it is that people are asking for trust. You know what I'm saying? And giving trust is a completely different completely different thing, because you're opening yourself up to being hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and that's where the whole like seclusion thing comes into play. Mm-hmm. And I understand it, but you have to be able to help bring somebody forward before you like really see them for who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like nobody's gonna show you their true nature from the door. Everybody's gonna try and be.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when new people are trying to come into the community and they feel outed against because they don't know enough. You know what I'm saying? Or there's been situations that I know of where people try and enter this community and they really are like, or feel like they are dominant, but have been pushed or persuaded to be a sub. You see what I'm saying? To be a part of. So, that's the ugly side of things. And so like, I just want this platform to be here for the openness, y'all. Come here to us. We don't judge.
Well, and a lot of other, like communities and like just groups, it's almost a catch-22 with them, because they don't want to take you on because you don't know enough. And so what do you do to learn more? If you're not going to get hands-on experience, you're going to do research. Yeah. And so then you come in with research and you kind of know a little bit more, and then they're giving you like the stink eye because, oh, you think you know something, but you read it online, you've never lived it. So it's like, what did you want from me?
Right. Yeah, there could definitely be a side to that. Yeah, definitely. I like to call it like the Mean Girls Club, but guys are included in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like literally there's a side to this that is like that. But I mean, I think through exploration and the way that society is kind of shaped as a whole right now, with the acceptances we are doing as a whole, that people are being a lot more accepting, a lot more free, and be like, come here, come play. I'll show you the ropes. I'll show you my ropes. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, Remy, I just wanted you to explain your section. So if you want to take your section, sir. What was your section?
So my section of the Asylum video was based on counseling sessions, water-based shock therapy, which is a form of treatment for patients with unconventional sexual desires.
Oh my God, Papa.
Anyway. Hey, you knew I was gonna say it different. Come on now. You knew I was gonna put my face to it.
Game's like I'm
anyone who was deemed to have this condition was admitted without question, simply for knowing what they want.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that definitely. If you were kinky back in the day, you were deemed as crazy, and so that is why this footage was in an asylum. And we really did touch on a lot of the different stereotypes. If you go through there's a lot of subliminal things that you can pick up on. And I've used every last technique that we've used on all of our videos down to ASMR on this video. So combined it all.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. I don't remember where I heard it, or where I think I read it, but it was like old medical journals, like patient entry journals. Mm-hmm. And one of them was like, I think it was like on the Chive or something, and it was weirdest reasons people were admitted into mental hospitals. And there was entries from like 1862 that was wife experiences orgasms.
Yeah.
That was a reason to commit somebody.
Yep.
They probably looked like they was going through some exorcism.
Yeah, there's some kind of possession.
My God.
Yep. And they're trying to out the demon.
Wait, what is going on with her? She doing too
She's
much.
happy. She's smiling. She ain't supposed to be smiling. She's a woman.
Stop spitting out at me. I don't understand.
Like, how dare
it.
she?
I've never seen it before.
She smile and be happy. God dang it.
How dare she squirts on me?
And I ain't gonna lie. You know, if those guys had just, you know, if you guys had just shut up for a minute, you know, and just let the woman experience her orgasm, afterwards, she probably would have made you the meanest fucking sandwich you ever had.
For real though. For real though.
You know, she probably would have.
Make the legs
She would have done something special.
Yep.
So, but you got all upset and like, you're happy? How dare you? You experienced joy?
Right?
No.
Can't believe it was euphoric.
Right? You shouldn't have been euphoric. You shouldn't have even been happy. There's no smiling around here.
No. This wasn't for sexual pleasure. This was for procreation.
So I'm gonna give everybody a little backstory on Mr. Remy's part, so that y'all can go back and watch Mr. Remy's part. It's on Asylum Part 1, and next week I'm gonna drop the whole thing as a full thing. Okay, but Part 1, I'm gonna give you guys a little background inside scoop. It was kind of funny. So go watch the part where he's squatting in the shower scene, because for some reason he decided not to turn the water warm. So he's literally going through shock therapy. So if you watch his face, he is actually going through shock therapy.
Yo,
he was like, I was so good. I couldn't.
That's commitment to the role. Did you?
Commitment, man. Commitment.
Word up. I wanted that real feeling, like, you know.
I was gonna say, were you going for authenticity, or did you just not think to make the water warm because a viewer can't tell?
Authentic.
And I've got some good footage, and I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be looped. It's just gonna be him like freaking out, like to like some corny ass music, and it's just be like, see, y'all can see him just.
See,
God.
And that's why you don't want to produce quality content anymore, because it gets flipped on you like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Join our Patreon. The bloopers will be there.
Like, that's not a blooper. You are extending an actual expression.
No, just one part of it. I'm just saying. Well, when he sent it to me too, he goes, I don't even know if you can use this.
So next time, Remy's part's gonna just look like, and then we went to the dungeon.
Yep, monologue is hell.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Miss Sasha isn't here tonight, but hey, King, do you want to break down Sasha's part for me?
Yeah, I'll do 2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Here we go.
So a couple of things that we had.
Yeah, you would.
A couple of things that Sasha incorporated into her videos. We talked about some of them. Little things that were unique to hers were like the creep show style movements, like that stop frame animation where she's moving down the hallway. It looks creepy, like every horror movie in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So, and then the silhouettes. So we kind of wanted the silhouettes to kind of reflect like a Rorschach test. So the light in the background silhouetting and the moving image was meant to be kind of like that, you know, effervescent blob moving across that blank background.
Yeah, so if you watch that one section where Sasha pulls herself into the tub and then it goes into the crazy animation and you hear it all backwards, that's literally showing you, you know, that symbolism right there, that Rorschach test, because then she's starting to go crazy. So, yeah.
So it was also kind of symbolic of like how society, and we were talking about it earlier, how society still views kink and BDSM as some kind of sideways freak show kind of thing, where if you're into it, you know, you're weird, you're strange, you're an outcast, or you're out of the box, you're unconventional. So you obviously have to be some kind of freak of humanity if that's something that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then for that dude Kane's part.
That dude Kane, or he is.
That guy.
That guy.
Looking like a damn fool. So
what happened in his scene? Would you like to tell us?
So I did I decided to portray electric shock therapy. And
If you don't know what Remy's doing, go watch the video right now.
No, honestly, I had a lot of fun doing that. It was interesting. You know, it was different. I felt kind of stupid doing it,
Came out
but
really
after
good.
seeing the edits and everything, it's like, all right, that came out pretty good.
Yeah.
So
what was happening in your piece, and what were we trying to display?
So it was the electric shock therapy was kind of lending to kind of the same to Remy's portion, where anybody who was thought to be afflicted with unconventional sexual desires was literally put through the ringer. I mean, lobotomies, shock therapy, water shock therapy, electroshock therapy, you know, all sorts and manners of things, bleeding, let outs, shit like that, leeches, because that used to be, you know, medical procedure back in the day. They did everything that they possibly could. I mean, it rivals the Spanish Inquisition.
Well, and it's still kind of like that today. I mean, it's not like, you know, crazy often people and putting them in mental hospitals, but I mean, most people that don't know anything about BDSM, S&M, kink, their immediate thought process is that you know, it's something that shouldn't really be talked about, and you're kind of weird if you do it. And then the other thing that kind of wraps around that is that you've had some kind of trauma. So that's the reason you are into BDSM. And there are a lot of people that haven't had any trauma, that they haven't gone through any kind of sexual trauma, abuse, anything like that, and are just into kink. You don't have to have gone through a trauma or a mental break for you.
Yeah, you could have lived the whole princess life.
Yeah.
Or prince life, and still want to do.
Yeah.
Be into it. Yeah.
I mean, it's a desire. It's human nature, and why we put such a taboo bow around it just baffles me.
And I decided to throw that like handcuff escape artist thing into it just to kind of symbolically reference that you can't keep kink and BDSM contained. It's going to get out. It's going to keep making its way out there, and it's going to keep getting in your face until you learn to accept it. So, you know, we're going through the great time period of accepting everything and also hating everything.
Right.
It's going to be interesting to see where kink falls, you know, when all the chips are down.
Cancel culture.
Yep.
But make sure you're clicking that like and subscribe button so that we don't, you know, get canned. All right. So
I'm surprised we're not endorsed by politicians, because you know them to the kinkiest motherfuckers out there.
Right. Right.
They're just like, I need a couple of politicians from the different states to call and just be like, hey man, can you guys please talk about cuckolding and make it a little bit more, you know, mainstream, please, so it's not so weird, because I just got caught. I need you guys to make this okay by tomorrow.
Yeah. SafeWord will be there for you. Call on SafeWord. No, I don't know. We will expunge
We'll be there if we don't have to pay taxes.
We'll make it go away. We'll say Remy did it. His eyes.
Is there a female officer involved in this?
Oh my goodness. I knew we were going somewhere. Just
right.
All right. Yeah.
Now y'all see why I was wrapped up in a straitjacket rocking myself. Okay.
Because we drive her crazy.
But this is my family right here, and I love you both. We were gonna play a game, but I don't think a game is as fun without Miss Sasha. So I think we'll bring the game to you guys next week, because I am gonna drop the full video next week, and then we'll have a live on that. So. So Kane, would you like to take us out? No game tonight. I'm sorry, this one's short for you guys. We're missing our girl Sasha. How can we have a freaking game without Sasha? Go ahead, Kane.
Like, I like how you bring me into it. Like, hey, you want to close us out after we didn't do the game?
When
everybody's going, oh, damn, for real, Kane.
Yep.
Would you like Remy to close it out? I can throw it at Remy. Remy's like, no, don't you throw it at me.
Let's see what Remy got. Go for it, bro.
Go for it, bro.
It's gonna be. My drink gonna look like Russell Simmons. God bless you. Good night.
Good night. Mic drop. See you later.
Right. Yeah, that's how Russell Simmons used to do it.
Yep.
Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Good night. And he dropped the mic and walk off. Yep.
All right. So that's our show for tonight, everybody. We hope you guys enjoyed. We brought a little bit of information tonight. Sorry that we're missing our girl Sasha. If you were waiting for her, if you were looking forward to seeing her and you got stuck with these ugly mugs, minus Aurora and minus Kane, you know, we're apologize from the bottom of our hearts. if we had any. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support, your subscription. And as always, remember your safe word and stay kinky.